राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम रामो रामो हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम रामो रामो राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा धन्यवाद प्रणाम all close to Srila Prabhupada Prabhuji.
Haribol Prabhuji, Vasant Prabhu, very nice. You always chant Jai Radha Madhava with a lot of bhakti. Haribol Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hari.
Okay. So, as I was saying, Prabhu, many of our devotees are either, some of them are traveling, some of them are helping with the Jagannath deities at Balram Sarup Prabhuji's house. So, we will briefly discuss the verse for today. But before then, let us recite the Mangalacharan devotees. I think in saying, is it Ruby Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Yes, Prabhuji.
Would you like to recite the Mangalacharan, Mataji?
Sure, Prabhuji. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamyaham Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanutam Tam Sajivam Satvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanutamascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. थैंक यू प्रभु जी. हरे कृष्ण.
Haribol Mataji, very nice. Hare Krishna. So, devotees, we are on chapter 18 and kind of going towards the end of the Bhagavad Gita. There are still about maybe 20 plus verses. Very important verses though. Krishna is trying to summarize the essence of all the 17 chapters. He's trying to summarize that. And now he's definitely, even though this is the what we can call as the recap of all the Bhagavad Gita, some acharyas have said that this also concludes the Jnana Yoga philosophy. However, the last 20 verses in chapter 18 is filled with bhakti only. There is really no difference between Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga or Dhyana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Everything is needed. Bhakti completes the process. It's like we do a lot of seva to our family, our neighbors, our parents. Those are all good. Those are all the intelligence that we have to serve others. Then we have to physically do something. As Krishna says, there cannot be any living entity without doing some kind of an activity. If you are breathing, that means we are doing some activity. But it becomes perfect, whatever we do, when it is done with love. That is why, we always emphasis on love, surrender, faith. When there is love, there is no question of surrender. It's an automatic thing. In love, there is never a surrender. Surrender meaning only when you do it forcefully, it is called surrender. But here, the surrender meaning, it's love. There's nothing else. Like a mother would do all the services to her children, she's not surrendering. She's surrendering to the love. Krishna also surrenders to our love. But it is only because of love, not out of force. So that is what Krishna is saying, that how to act, always thinking about him. He has said this in many verses. And in 55, let us see, 56, right? He's saying Mat Prasadat. Yesterday, I think you might have all discussed this. Very important. He's saying under my protection, Mat Prasadat, meaning by his mercy. If we have the desire, Krishna will bless upon us with all the mercy, grace, and everything. But all it is needed from us is some sincere interest and love towards Krishna. Nothing else. It has to be sincere, pure, no contamination. Not for I'm going to gain anything or I'll become popular. I want to become a scholar. I want to be a best speaker. I want to be a great kirtanier. Those are all okay. But the main, ultimate purpose is pure love. Will a mother do, again going back to the mother analogy, would a mother do any service for her kids for name and fame? Not at all. When a baby cries at 2 a.m., mother will wake up automatically. Nobody is watching her at that time. She's not going to get any name out of that. So that's the one of the in this material world, if something can be related with Krishna consciousness, that is mother's love, because it is unconditional, selfless, very pure. That kind of emotion we have to develop for Krishna. That is what is Krishna saying. So this Mat Prasadat happens when we cultivate pure love, which is called Shuddha Bhakti. Of course, the process is that we do Nishkama Karma. By doing selfless activity, we cultivate the good jnana that this is how I am supposed to work without any attachment. Karmanya ivadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. I work, just for the sake of working. I have to work. That is what is Krishna saying. Krishna is telling Arjuna, don't think you are the controller. Once if you think that you are the controller, all the problems takes place. We become attached, ego starts coming into play, or anxiety and fear starts coming into picture. If you're not the controller, but if you're, let's say, a bank teller, the bank teller is not involved in the transaction at all. Yes, she's going to do her his or her job. But if somebody is going to withdraw $10 million, she's not going to get immediately panicked. Oh, my money is going out, because she's not the owner. And if somebody deposits even $50 million, indirectly she may have some feeling, but she's not really perturbed with the day-to-day transaction. In today's world, each bank might be going through billions of transactions each day. The bank staff doesn't get too much perturbed by that. That is how we should be. Similarly, a physician walks into the hospital, he may have hundreds of patients, but here he treats just without an attachment to the patients. So doctors are also amazing example of how you have to act selfless. That does not mean, but doctor will not have his own lifestyle. It does not mean doctor will not charge his fees. That's not the point. Those are all we have already discussed. Grihasthas have to be engaged in certain type of work, and they have to make a living. Out of that living, the best way is to support Krishna temple, Krishna's message, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Those are all the things that we do. But the emotion that our mind, our intelligence should be pure. That is why Krishna is many times is talking about mana. Manmana, in the next few verses, we'll get to this. Manmana bhava madbhakto. Krishna has already said this in chapter 9, 34 verse. That, surrender your mind to me. He's not telling surrender your wealth to me, surrender your strength to me, or surrender your beauty or whatever talent you are. He's not saying that. Because you may have so many, but those are all temporary in this material world. Somebody was very popular 2 years ago. We may not even know his name today. Nobody remembers who was Miss Universe, Mr. Universe at all. Nobody knows. Presidents also, they all come and go. If somebody asks who was the president 40 years ago, we may not even remember. We remember only maybe the current one, maybe past 2 or 3 presidents, who was supposed to be a very, very powerful personality in the world. Like this, celebrities, they come and go. So many celebrities come, they have left. But the permanent thing is that since we are permanent, what is the problem here? Why we are not always not fully happy? Because our Atma is eternal. We are looking for eternal position, situation. We are not satisfied with temporary thing. So once if we create that, then we get Krishna's Nishkama Karma Yoga, good Shuddha Bhakti Buddhi. Krishna is talking about Buddhi. Buddhi means intelligence. How do we get that? Again, only by selfless purification process. So he is going to continue here. Krishna is going to continue about how to just depend on him. Today, this is our July 4th, the Independence, so-called the Independence weekend. And Srila Prabhupada always used to say, independence, the best form of independence is to be dependent on Krishna. That is the best way. Because Krishna is the controller. And if you understand that, if you surrender to him, you ultimately become independent. Like the bank staff. The bank staff need not take everything they have to do a very good job, honest job. That's it. And then they just depend on the owners. Similarly, we are the entities, the Jivatma has to have complete faith, love and surrender to Krishna. Krishna will take care of it. A child is completely dependent on its parent. Then the child does not really worry, will I get food tomorrow or will somebody take care of me? No, the child is very confident that my mother, my father will take care of me. Mostly, In Krishna's case, it's 100%. He will take care of it. So, devotees, let us read this 1857. I see here Sunita Mataji is there, Sheetal Mataji. Sheetal Mataji, you want to read, recite the verse?
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. I can read. चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा बुद्धियोगमुपश्यत्य मच्चित्त सततं भव.
Very nice, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Sunita Mataji, you
Yes,
want to?
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. I will try. Hare Krishna to dear all devotees. Chetasa sarva karmani mayi sanyasya matparaha buddhiyogam upashritya maschitta satam bhava. Satatam bhava.
Very,
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
very nice. Satatam Bhava. Very good, Mataji. Very good. Raghu Prabhu, you want to try?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, devotees. Chetasa sarva karmani mayi sanyasya matparaha buddhi yogam upashritya machetaha satatam bhava. Thank you.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Very good. Devotees, who can read synonym and translation?
I can,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Oh,
Good.
go
Yeah,
ahead,
Prabhuji,
Mataji.
please go ahead. Please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Vasant Prabhu, go ahead. No problem.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Synonyms: Chetasa, by intelligence; Sarva Karmani, all kinds of activities; Mai, unto me; Sannyasya, giving up; Mat Para, under my protection; Buddhi Yogam, devotional activities; Upasritya, taking shelter of; Mat Chittaha, in consciousness of me; Satatam, 24 hours a day; Bhava, just become. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In all activities, just depend upon me and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam.
Very nice reading, Prabhu. Very good. So, devotees, again, as we saw in the last verse, Krishna is using very important phrases here. Mat para, under my protection. This is the best freedom, devotees. When you are completely protected, you have the utmost freedom, like a citizen of a great country, of a good, very strong country. He doesn't worry about his environment, or he knows that the government will take care of his problem. Of course, nowadays it's no more a reality. There are so many challenges in so many places, across the world. But normally, there used to be Ram Rajya. People talk about, in today's world, the so-called politician, they say that I will bring back the Ram Rajya. What was Ram Rajya? It was completely, all the citizens were protected. No complaints. Everybody was satisfied. Everyone was happy. How does that happen? Because they all depended on Lord Ramchandra. So, and then he's saying Buddhi Yogam. Srila Prabhupada has many times said that this Buddhi Yogam and Bhakti Yogam are one and the same. Buddhi does not mean just intelligent. What is the utmost, the perfect intelligence? That I am an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. That is the best thing. Like a fish wants to go back to the water. That is the best thing that can happen to the fish. Otherwise, we can give so many things to the fish, it won't be happy at all. It wants to go back to the water. Same thing, in the material world, we want so many things. We are trying to reach Krishna, but we don't know how to do it because we have not developed the enough Buddhi Yogam. So we are trying in different ways. Maybe I'll get a good job. Maybe I will have a great family, which is all good. It strengthens. But we see that even after having achieved all those things, we are still, there is something hankering in our heart. That is the missing piece is Krishna. Once if we bring Krishna into our heart, everything will fit into, like it's like a puzzle, right? The kids do those puzzles, they build. It will not, you won't be able to build that puzzles unless you know how to do it, and it needs some practice, right? Once if you know, the kids will do it within 2 minutes. They'll assemble all the puzzles together. It becomes a big, either it can become a palace or some profile and so on. So devotional service is also a practice, and this is a practice that is eternal again. Like Krishna consciousness is also eternal. Somebody asked a question a few days ago: what is the purpose? What do I do even after reaching, let's say, we are perfect, we do everything perfectly, we reach the spiritual platform, we reach the highest spiritual platform, Goloka Vrindavan, then what do we do? Actually, the answer is within the question. We keep on continuing doing that. We do kirtan, we do, associate with other devotees, we can release any types of prasadam. It's going to continue forever. There is, in the material world, there is always something, an outcome, like I'm going to become, if I work hard, I'll become a manager, from manager to director to senior director and CEO, CO. In Krishna consciousness, our role is to serve Krishna and devotees eternally. That is where we get the maximum happiness. So that's what we are looking for. Maximum happiness. Satchit Ananda. So if you are not going to do that, until we get into that point, we are going to be hankering for something. That's why we see billionaires are also, they're not fully content. People who are very, very famous, they're also not very content. They want more and more. What are they looking for? Billionaire is already got billions of money, but he still want to make more billion because he wants to show that he's better than somebody else. But the best thing, there is a very nice dialogue between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy, that the most intelligent person is who has understood Krishna properly. That is the best intelligence. So let us read Srila Prabhupada's purport, devotees. It's not a very long purport. One devotee can read. Who can read, devotees?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When one acts in Krishna consciousness, he does not act as the master of the world. Just like a servant, one should act fully under the direction of the Supreme Lord. A servant has no individual independence. He acts only on the order of the master. A servant acting on behalf of the Supreme Master is unaffected by profit and loss. He simply discharges his duty faithfully in terms of the order of the Lord. Now, one may argue that Arjuna was acting under the personal direction of Krishna, but when Krishna is not present, how should one act? If one acts according to the direction of Krishna in this book, as well as under the guidance of the representative of Krishna, then the results will be the same. The Sanskrit word matparha is very important in this verse. It indicates that one has no goal in life save and expect acting in the Krishna consciousness just to satisfy Krishna. And while working in that way, one should think of Krishna only. I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. While acting in such a way, one naturally has to think of Krishna. This is perfect Krishna consciousness. One should, however, note that after doing something whimsically, he should not offer the result to the Supreme Lord. That sort of duty is not in the devotional service of Krishna consciousness. One should act according to the order of Krishna. This is a very important point. That order of Krishna comes through disciplic succession from the bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, the spiritual master's order should be taken as the prime duty of life. If one gets a bona fide spiritual master and acts according to his direction, then one's perfection of life in Krishna consciousness is guaranteed. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. You want to share some thoughts, Mataji, on this?
Yes, Prabhuji, very important purport, and here Prabhupada has mentioned very nicely what one devotee should do in Krishna consciousness life. Like one devotee should offer all his work to Krishna, and always we should depend on Krishna, not on our own strength. And another thing, we should always act as Krishna's servant, not as the controller, because controller is the Supreme Lord. He actually he is doing everything, and always we should remember always Krishna while doing our regular work, so that we can lead a Krishna conscious life. And also another point here Prabhupada mentioned, we should not worry about our success or failure. It is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, कर्मणि वाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन. Means we should not think about the result. We should, whatever we are doing, we should offer to Krishna, and he will take care of everything. Yes. And yes, another important point is we should follow the Guru Sadhu Shastra. That is the Guru Parampara. We should follow that. And like bona fide Guru, we should always act as the direction of our Guru. And one last point, Prabhuji, I want to say that we should always think about whatever we are doing, we should always think about to please Krishna, to serve Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Please add or correct.
Very nice, Mataji. You have given almost all the points mentioned in the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Very nice. One thing we have to understand, that's why Srila Prabhupada's purport is very, very important. You will not find this kind of a purport in any other edition of Bhagavad Gita. It is said that there are almost 600 plus versions of Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes they will give the Sanskrit verse with very brief translation. That's it. It may be very even difficult to understand what exactly is the essence of this particular verse. Whereas Srila Prabhupada, he speaks the mind of Krishna. He speaks the intention of Krishna. Like, words normally, it depends on what they call the language of body language, right? Somebody may say, I love you or I hate you. It all depends on the context. Sometimes we see in the movies, the lovers, they may say, I don't like you at all. It is really they like them so much. Or a bad guy might say, I love you, but he's saying that with a lot of intention. So words by themselves does not make much sense. But what is the intention of those words? That is what is important. So I am always very, very, inspired by Srila Prabhupada's purport, because it brings Krishna's intention, just not the words. So here, one more thing we have to understand is that we cannot just do some random activity. There are so many groups also. They say, I don't know who is God. God brought me into, if there is a God. They say, okay, I believe there is somebody, some superior energy is there. But I come here, I don't know that energy. I'll just keep doing whatever I have to do. I'll be a good person. Okay, you are thinking it is a good person. But who will decide that? In today's world, devotees, ethical, illegal, everything has become gray area. Because we don't even have any role models to guide us. The political leaders are all, they're walking on the gray line. Whether they're doing something right or wrong, we don't know. And how can you learn from them? Obviously, we cannot learn from them. Can we learn from the society and community? No, nobody talks about God anymore. Sometimes, many times it is treated as, they may put restriction also for you to speak about God in public. And then if you bring even God, then there is a lot of debate and argument. Who is that God? Is it your God or my God? Is he from India or is he from North America or Europe? How do we know? So God is only one. We all know that. God, by definition, God cannot be two, especially the Supreme God. That is why, again, the Brahma Samhita verse, Ishvara Paramakrishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadir Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. This wonderfully explains who is God. Ishvara Paramakrishna. Meaning, there may be so many types of God, but the prime, the supreme, is Krishna. Ishvara Paramakrishna. Satchit Ananda Vigraha. He is made up of Satchit Ananda. He has a form, but his form is not like ours. So many people today, what is called the Gen Z, they are asking, who is Krishna? He came and he left. He's just one of us. And you guys are trying to, just elaborate and exaggerate. He's not a God. Many people are saying that. They don't believe in anything. They won't read Bhagavad Gita also. Even if they read, they'll pick up one or two verses from here and there. So we have to understand then Satchitananda Vigraha, Anadir Adi Govinda. Adi meaning he is the primary. There is nobody before him and he is not second to anyone. Then the fourth verse is very, very important, devotees. Sarva Karana Karana. Meaning he is the cause of all causes. He is not one of the cause. We are all the causes, but Krishna is the Karana. Sarva Karana Karana. We have to understand. Even science has to accept this. Because how did this all happen? Very practically, where did the life come from? Where did the first life come from? Science cannot explain it yet. They're saying many, many theories. They say there was a big bang, there is a black hole, so many things. God's particle, different philosophy. But simple. Can you tell me who created this? Can life, Srila Prabhupada used to do this many times. Life comes from only life. We had a parent, they had their parent, like this for trillions of ages there was a parent, but still, who was the first one who created this? And even scientifically, there could not have been just one life, one body. There should have been two bodies, one man and one female. How did this all happen? Can you pour two glasses of different chemicals, add that and make a human body? It will not work. Even the so-called test tube babies, devotees, it will not happen unless there was a human being to give that kind of a life to that the test tube baby. Otherwise, it won't be. It will be just like a test. So a common sense explain that definitely there is a Sarva Karana Karana. There is a supreme controller. We can look at the moon, the sun, the moon, the ocean. It's not humanly possible at all. No single human or even a collective of humans could have even anything done like this. So do we agree? Do we have to understand something like that everything came from nothing? That's what his atheist saying, that we don't know how it all happened. Initially, there was nothing. Then something happened to that nothing. and everything came out of that something. Does it even sound logical? Not at all. It's simple common sense. Forget about Bhagavad Gita and spirituality and Krishna consciousness. Our mind, even when we walk around, you will see 8.4 million species. In Florida itself, there are millions of species, different types you see. How did this all happen? Is it all a chance, a chemical reaction? Unbelievable. Nobody, no person with logic or common sense would believe that. But still, science doesn't want to accept something that they cannot prove. Let them take their time. But our science is Vedas. Veda means science. It's already been proven. The acharyas have already declared, not one acharya, several of them, hundreds and thousands. It worked for them, and so many of us are in this moment in 2026. Millions of people are following this instruction, and they are able to they are happy. Number one, they are leading a very healthy life. That is the entire purpose of this life, to understand Krishna. They are doing that. So again, here, doing some whimsical work will not work. That is not what Krishna is saying. That, you just surrender to me. It doesn't mean that you do all kinds of things. So how do we understand what work needs to be done? That is what is this entire Krishna consciousness. We have to be pure. We have to be honest. We cannot engage in any kind of violence. We have to be very compassionate. Everything has to work under that philosophy. Any more thoughts, devotees? When Krishna says, there is a very nice verse in chapter 5 that also kind of summarizes Krishna consciousness. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram surdam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam santim rachati. Meaning, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. All the activities that we do, it has to be sacrificed to Krishna. Because why? He is the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the Supreme Lord. That is the best way. When a child offers, a child might have only a small candy. But the child, when it offers that candy to his or her father, that is what is the purest love. Because the child did not get candy by themselves. The father has only given the candy to the child. So similarly, whatever we get, again, this does not mean you should not be successful. You can be very, very successful in Krishna consciousness. There are many, many professionals, doctors, entrepreneurs, but they have understood Krishna, that I'm going to be very successful, but that success also, I'm going to sacrifice. Offer that as a sacrifice to Krishna. Mat kurushva maddarpanam. Tat kurushva maddarpanam. Whatever you do, even the austerity, the success, failures, Krishna is saying, Sukha dukkhe same kritva, labha labha jaya jaya. Don't worry about success and failures. It will keep on happening. But if you become, like Mataji was saying, karmanya ivadikarasya, then you will not incur any sin, you will reach the spiritual above. So, devotees, the purpose of this verse is that we should depend on Krishna. Don't take ownership. Don't take controllership. Why? Because we are not controller. The child with the candy cannot think she owns the entire house. That's not the reality. So we have to understand, and today, especially July 4th, the Freedom Weekend, we have to understand what is the real freedom is to depend on Krishna, completely dependent. That is why the devotees, they are never perturbed. Good things happen, Krishna gave me this opportunity to do it. Bad things happen, okay, Krishna wants me to learn more, to do more, to work more in Krishna consciousness. So devotees, why not we take some reflections? Are we able to do this? Devotees, it's tough. It's actually tough. The philosophy is good, best philosophy. It's coming from Krishna. We are able to understand also, but many times we are not able to implement that. When it happens to us, all these verses get out of our mind. We think, why did this happen to me? Why did this person said something like this to me? Or why I didn't get this promotion or this success? I'm due for it. I deserve the best. We have to cultivate the mood of Pandavas. There cannot be anybody in our Puranas more competent, more powerful than the Pandavas. They were each one of them very, very highly Maharathis. But they lost everything in a fraction of a second. Just within few couple of hours, they lost everything. They lost the kingdom. They lost their respect, honor. Everything was done. And guess what? Draupadi, who had 5 husbands, not one, the most powerful husband anybody could have, they could not help her. So this is what it shows is that this material world is padam padam yat vipatu. There is always something happening. But Pandavas dependent on Krishna. Okay, Krishna, you have made the arrangements. We have to go to the forest. We live. We live in the forest, no problem. We'll face all the challenges. So somebody asked, wow, I think looks like being Duryodhana is much better. When these people were all suffering in a forest, Duryodhana was enjoying in a big palace. That's not the point. Was he really happy, Duryodhana? Not at all. Because he was always envious. Even when he was in the kingdom, he always used to think about Pandavas. Oh, how come they are powerful? He still used to indirectly attack them. But how come they are able to survey everything? Looks like they're very happy also. One time, Duryodhana sent Durvasa Muni to put them in a very delicate situation. But they come out of it because of Krishna's mercy. And he could not understand. So his mind was entirely all the time filled with envy, jealous, and anger about Pandavas. But Pandavas very, very satisfied, very content. They lived in a very humble, with a lot of humility, depending on Krishna. So the question is that who was happier, Pandavas or Kauravas? Definitely we see that it is the Pandavas who are happier. And who are we glorifying? After many, many centuries, who are we talking about? We are not talking about Duryodhana as much. We are glorifying Arjuna. We are glorifying Yudhishthira. We are not glorifying Dhritarashtra. They are all being brought into even discussion in a negative, way. So that is the beauty of devotees. So devotees, why not we take a couple of reflection? How are we doing in our life? Yeah, go ahead, Ruby Mataji.
Prabhuji, there is in the purport here, Prabhupada has pointed out one question. It may come anyone's mind, Prabhuji, that is, one may argue, Yes, here. One may argue that Arjuna was acting under the personal direction of Krishna, but when Krishna is not present, how should one act? So, this is sometimes anyone can think this kind of questions, but the thing is, Bhagavad Gita is not different than Krishna, because Bhagavad Gita is Krishna's Bani. Which is spoken by Lord himself. So it is the user manual of our life. So whenever any problem comes to our life, we can we can refer the Bhagavad Gita. So yeah, Prabhuji, I just want to add that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. What Prabhupada is saying, somebody might say, hey, Arjuna was with Krishna, so he had all the potency, Krishna helped him, and so on. But what Srila Prabhupada is explaining here is that whether it is Krishna or Krishna's instruction, they are one and the same. The phrase, the sound vibration, Krishna is non-different from Krishna himself. So that is why we get the guru, the senior devotees, and if you want to have a established guru, that is also very good. That is where we find, because why we need the guru? The guru is completely surrendered to Krishna. He has got a complete pure realization. He has gone through all those things. What we are trying to walk the path, they have already done that. So they can now say, hey, do this, don't do this. Just, if you follow that, you can realize Krishna. So that is why Guru's position is very, very important. In the morning prayer that we sing, it says that Yasya Prasada Bhagavad Prasada. The instruction given by Guru is as good as the instruction given by the Bhagavan. That is the Prasada. So that is what we are trying to do here, devotees. Some of us might have a guru, or we all consider Srila Prabhupada as our, eternal guru. So we are trying to read Srila Prabhupada's instruction, which was quite very simple. Chant, glorify about Krishna, follow the 4 regulative principles, associate with devotees, eat prasadam, and always try to connect with Krishna. That's it. There was some discussion. Can somebody really always connect with Krishna? Is it possible? It is very much possible. Devotees, I'm going to get back to the analogy of a mother. A mother in a day does 1,000 and different chores. Taking care of the husband, taking care of the children, taking care of the house, cleaning, preparing prasadam. But their mind is always on the children, all the time, on the family. How does it happen? Are they thinking about the children all the time? Absolutely. So can we think about Krishna all the time? But they are doing the most work also, the mothers. It's possible. It's only what you want to think. Our mind is thinking 85-90% of junk. Mark Twain said that in a day, there are like 40,000 thoughts comes into our mind. And almost 85-90%, it's all waste, junk, repetitive, toxic thinking. It's got no value at all. So we can use those kind of a thing. Krishna has given us the resource. Our brain is very, very powerful. We can think about Krishna, but we are not doing it. So devotees, why not we take a couple of thoughts, reflections? Sunita Mataji, Sheetal Mataji, if you want to share how practical is Krishna consciousness? Do we find it overwhelming, or you all find it impractical, or something need to be corrected? Or please share, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It's really helpful while we are practicing the Krishna consciousness. And the japa is also helping a lot. As we are, while doing japa, we are like continuously connected to the Krishna, I realize. And later on, with I have to like forcefully remind again like the Krishna and all, but with the Krishna consciousness and with the Gita classes, and it's helps a lot for remembering Krishna and his mercy then and there, and even with the evening classes it is helping a lot. So with the japa and with the following the Bhagavad Gita and following the path of spiritual master helps a lot in going onto the path of Krishna consciousness. And it's like it takes times and times, but it helps a lot. It gives inner peace. I like to share these points, what I have experienced. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very good. Very nice, Mataji. Yeah. Actually, this process empowers us. what we thought would be very, very difficult, it comes slowly. It takes some time. Everything, practice makes a man perfect. Right? So everything takes time. But this is what is the constitutional, originally, that is our role, that is the utmost realization is only the Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, there is not much difference between the animal species and the human form. We all do ahara, nidra, we have bhaya, meaning we automatically, there is a tendency to safeguard ourselves, defend ourselves. Then maithunam, there is procreation. This has been happening from day one. It's eternal also. Like Krishna is eternal. The Maya, his energy, material energy, is also eternal. Very strong also. Mama Maya Durathyaya. Very, very powerful. But those things can be overcome and we can get back to our position is to be happy with Krishna. That is the ultimate realization. So having received this human body, if we are going to be just engaged in eating, sleeping and defending and mating, will be only like animals only. Krishna will say, why do you need a human form? I gave you a human form to achieve the best, but you are misusing it. What is the point then giving you that, right? So that is what is Krishna consciousness about. This human form is very, very special. There are so many verses about that. Manushyanam sahasreshu. Krishna says, after thousands and thousands of births, one may understand, and out of that, one may really get perfect. Bahunam janmanam ante. Jnanavan mam prapatyate. After many, many millions of births, one will understand that Vasudeva Sarvamiti, and he's a really greater soul. So we have to understand this. This human form is just a very, very special, advantageous position to understand Krishna. If you are going to miss this, it's a loss. Not that okay, if you have done some good deed based on Bhagavad Gita and Shastra, we may get another human form. But why not this form, this time itself? Everything is good. We got a good, decent human form. We are able to see, we are able to hear, we are able to speak. Why not we take this opportunity? Kulashekar Alvar, who wrote Mukundamala, is one of the prayers, one verse, he's saying that Krishna, just end my term right now. Why? Because I'm able to do everything nicely. I'm able to think about you. I'm able to sing about you. I'm able to hear about you. Tomorrow, there is no guarantee. I may not be able to do any of this, Think about this, devotee. We are going to get aged. Sometimes we may not be able to hear properly. We may not be able to see. At that time, if you say, hey, think about Krishna, our mind will not come. This is a preparation, and the examination is when we achieve our Krishna consciousness. We want to end this material appearances. We don't want it. What are we going to do new next time? Somebody might say, why not I come next time? Krishna will, give me more strength. The strength is all here right now at this moment. Devotees, we have 2 more minutes. Sunita Mataji, you want to say anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It was a nice class, and Prabhuji, and you explained very well. By practicing Krishna conscious, Prabhuji, as Sheetal Mataji mentioned that by practicing chanting, I could see change, like less fear in my life, like more peace compared with before. And how chanting will help, Prabhuji? We just do chanting at least 1 hour or 2 hours, but it will help us remembering entire day. That I am experiencing that. And also, Prabhuji, I'm not following all instructions, but I'm following 4 regulative principles, associating with devotees, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. As much as I can do, I'm following. I'm just a neophyte devotee, Prabhuji, but I will keep continuing Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very nice. You are all don't consider yourself as a neophyte or anything like that. From what you are sharing, you are all very advanced devotee. You are all very sincere. You are selfless. You are trying to understand Krishna's instruction itself is perfection. This is not a scholarly. This is not an education. This is not. I mean, it is the utmost education, but this is not a material education where you get PhD and you become scholarly and you can recite all this. There are so many scholars, they can recite all the 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita. Some of them can recite that in reverse order also. Those are all good. But what is the ultimate purpose of all this Bhagavad Gita is understanding Krishna.
Yes,
If you're not going to understand, sorry, go ahead.
And Prabhuji, today you mentioned, right, the real independent is to completely depend on Krishna. That point is very striking me, Prabhuji. I will try to remember all the time.
Absolutely, Mataji. This is what Srila Prabhupada always used to say. There is a very nice episode of what is freedom in this country also. We may not have enough time. But in simple terms, yes, depend on Krishna. Like the child, they don't even think about anything. My father will take care of me. My mom will take care of me. That's it. They are happy. You would have seen. Children are mostly happy. Because even if they are crying after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, they'll come back. They want to do something new. Because their mind is very pure. That mind is what we need to, develop. We had that, but we have been conditioned and contaminated as we grew older. But now it's a great opportunity. You're all doing amazingly well, devotees. So the time is 9:01. Any final comments? Raghu Prabhu, Vasant Prabhu, you want to say anything?
Yeah. No, I think all of you summarized really well. But yeah, in this in this material age of Kali, it is a big challenge. If we're not fortunate enough to be associating with each other and following the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, then we won't be educated at all. We won't understand what this is all about. We would be spending all our time in the material age with the new toy, whatever comes next, and our mind will be going in 100 million directions. So luckily we have this, and we are fortunate that we are part of this class, and we are continuing to learn. It's all a journey for all of us together, and I think certainly we are nearing the end of the Bhagavad Gita. Having gone through the whole Bhagavad Gita now, I appreciate what we have learned very much. It's helping me a lot. Thank you, Prabhu.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Very bold to you. You are one of the important segment of this Bhagavad Gita study session. I think we should read this at least one more time from chapter 1, all the 700 verses. After we are done with this, we will understand much better. Each time when we read, we get elevated. We get an advanced, a higher level of understanding. Wow. Initially, karmanye vadikaraste, bhoktaram yajna tapasam. Okay, what is that? That sacrifice. We don't understand what sacrifice means. Am I going to bring some bhoga and just offer it to Krishna? No. The activities, all your thoughts, your mind, if you can sacrifice. And then Krishna empowers us to work perfectly. That's how devotees are very, very powerful. Vasant Prabhu, you want to say something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. It's a wonderful discussion, lots of learning, lots of good knowledge, Prabhuji, and thoughts. But thank you so much. Learning a lot every day, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Dandavat.
You are very humble, Prabhu. You know a lot. You can guide us also. Devotees, in this study session, please share your thoughts. We always learn. We all have the capacity. We are all the same Jivatmas. So we are all talented. We are all Krishna's entities. So let us share our thoughts. We will all, like Raghu Prabhu was saying, this is a journey together. That's why it's called satsanga, sats and sangha. So we'll continue doing that. Devotees, we will now conclude here. Tomorrow we have a program, our weekly program, Saturday program at the center. Hopefully some of us can participate. And also we have a very special fundraising event on September 19th with Anup Jalota. He's a very renowned bhajan singer. Our goal is to bring him and invite all the community, members. We have been missing some of the community members in our activities. So to do that, we thought somebody like Anup Jalota might be, fit into the podium. So it is on September 19th. Devotees, spread the news to your friends also. This is just not a bhajan. Right now you can go to YouTube and listen to any of bhajans. But this is just the gathering of devotees and then being together. The satsanga is more important, And Anup Jalota will sing at least like 2 hours of a lot of Krishna, Rama bhajans. So hopefully you can all participate in that. Okay, have a wonderful Krishna consciousness weekend, devotees. Again, freedom is depending on Krishna. Let us depend on Krishna. There is no shy. Only people with ego will not surrender to God. The person who has got a right ego, true ego, he will immediately surrender to Krishna. Wow, yeah, this is what I am. Like a hand cannot function by itself. A hand has to surrender to, for example, even the stomach, the hand has to surrender. The hand has to be very, very strong. If you have to build biceps and muscle, it has to eat the proper diet. So it cannot function, like the stomach, like the tree. We have to water the roots of the tree, not the leaves and the branches. So any of devotees, we shall conclude here. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripasindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. All glories to the assembled devotees. Have a wonderful Krishna consciousness weekend, devotees.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Very nice.
Haribol.
Pranam.